We know now that half of the African American and Hispanic students across the country drop out of school before they graduate. A third of all children in America will drop out of school. Half the teachers in school will quit within the first 5 years of teaching. A third of them will quit in the first year. Now, is this a problem of the student and the teacher, or is there a problem in the schools? Are the schools not the kind of place that people want to be in?
When you develop a child and a child's mind for their life, it's our responsibility to give them the full complement of things that they'll need to be, like fully actualized adults, to reach their full potential. And if you're missing a major component, then we're setting ourselves up to having kids that aren't able to meet their full potential.
In the midst of these challenges, an exciting possibility has emerged. It's called arts integration, and as its name implies, it incorporates the arts, visual, literary, and performing, into the teaching of reading, science, math, social studies, the entire school curriculum. It has the potential to transform American education.
Arts integration goes beyond what the arts can do in and of themselves, but it really enables the skills and abilities and ways of thinking that the arts are really so wonderful in developing in children to be applied to other subject areas.
The most powerful learning you can do in any area, it's called hard fun. Hard fun. That is, it's enjoyable to do, but it's also hard, because we actually like to tackle things. We get the most fun out of things that are challenging because the payoff is so great. When you nail something that's very challenging, you just feel thrilled. And art is hard fun. All the arts are hard fun.
For the past 5 years, Kensington Parkwood Elementary School in Montgomery County, Maryland, has been integrating arts into their classrooms.
We as teachers have a difficult job. It was always difficult, but it's more difficult in today's society because students are used to being entertained. They have video games, television, internet, all these things, and we have to compete for their attention. The arts do that. They grab students, they get them involved, and that's what's so exciting about using the arts to teach.
I've seen students that are totally enlivened by the arts. They come alive, they participate in things that they may not participate in other settings.
The beautiful thing about the arts is all students have access to the arts, no matter what kind of learning style they have. If they're auditory learners, if they're visual learners, if they're logical thinkers, no matter what side of the brain that you use, the arts connect to that. And that's what's so beautiful with that. Students all have an entry point. They can access the curriculum from different areas. Also with the arts, you have to produce something. That takes diligence, it takes planning, all things we want from our students, all skills that are necessary to be successful, not only in school but in the workforce.
Kensington Parkwood is a typical neighborhood K-5 school, but integrating arts into lessons has made it anything but typical. It succeeds where others often fail.
If you have a line of symmetry between you, each of you is what? Congruent. Congruent to the other. You are going to mirror each other by remaining congruent to the other. Take 5 seconds to decide who is person A and who is person B.
Person A, person B. Okay, let's reach behind us and get our actor's toolbox and put it right in front of us. Okay, you ready? When we're actors, sometimes we use our bodies. Sometimes we use our voices. Sometimes we use our imagination. Close your eyes. Take a mini vacation.
Arts integration shapes the experiences of teachers along with their students.
Sometimes we use our concentration.
Like a house, and then they put the numbers in.
Candace Marshall's first graders made their own number fact family portraits.
once they could look at the number sentence as a little story, even though we showed them in different ways. For some reason, using the oil pastels and learning that technique and looking at it kind of as a little more of like a mini drama, like this is like we make a picture of our family, we're making a picture of the fact family. They really understood it much better, and I'm not sure I can totally explain why. I mean, it's just like this magical thing, and I think that often happens when we integrate the arts, is that you can't always pinpoint the exact reason why it works, but it always does.
One of the main reasons teachers buy into this approach is because it lets them use their craft. It gives them another set of tools that they can use to reach students. Too often times now, manuals and things are made almost teacher-proof, but this lets a teacher do the job that they were meant to do and lets them use their creativity.
Liz Bukakis has been a reading specialist for 22 years. Last year, she trained to teach painting and drawing to the students who are sent to her for help with language arts.
And I've seen a tremendous change in motivation, not only in my interest in teaching them, but the fact that the kids have changed, that they are so excited to come to read because they know they're going to do some kind of drawing or artwork integrated into it. And it has been so exciting to see kids who have struggled in writing, who do no longer complain about writing, who are looking forward to finishing their piece, kids who struggle in reading to come in and not worry about if they have difficulties in reading, wanting to read because they know when they're finished they're going to get to learn how to draw.
We provide quite a bit of training through various partnerships. We have a partnership with the Kennedy Center, Changing Education Through the Arts. The Maryland Artist Teacher Institute is another way that our teachers can get training in arts integration during the summer. And I've found that once they take that first step, that they start to really take on a lot of the arts very quickly. They may be hesitant at first, but that actually helps them to understand where students can be coming from at times too. So to see them growing as teachers and growing as artists and growing as people has really been a pleasure and a joy to watch.
Because it makes me a better person. If I'm a better person, then I'm a better teacher. And if I can be a better teacher and know how my students feel, then I can be an even better teacher for them as individuals. Not just as, okay, I can be a good teacher for 90% of the kids, but I can be a good teacher for the 5% that don't get it, even though it's hard, and for the 5% that need that extension.
You know, a lot of people, a lot of principals, maybe a lot of school systems are afraid to do this because they think it might impact test scores. Well, you know what? It does impact test scores, but it impacts them in a very positive way. The last 5 years that we've done this program, our scores have risen every year on the Maryland State Assessment Test. But those tests are just baseline tests. And the students learn so much more than just what is required on the test. They learn to be creative. They learn how to work as a group. Skills that are necessary that maybe aren't covered by simple standardized tests. But the arts do cover that. And that's why it's essential that every school has the arts.